Let's get to fight of the year. Fighter of the year. Easy pick for me. We've talked about this on the show numerous times. I'm going with Dmitry Bivol. This is a guy who defeated the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world. And yes, it was an upset. There weren't many people picking Dmitry Bivol to win that fight. And he did it with relative ease against Canelo. He followed that up by defeating an undefeated top 5 light heavyweight in Zurdo Ramirez. I don't want to hear this revisionist history that Zurdo was a bum. Zurdo was a top 5 light heavyweight who was undefeated, huge guy, a lot of skills, and he defeated him very easily. 24 rounds Dmitry Bivol fought in 2022. He outlanded those two opponents in 20 of the 24 rounds. Unbelievable year for Dmitry Bivol. He is my 2022 fighter of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned that I thought that was the moment of the year. Him defeating Canelo, him coming onto the world stage, him doing what he does. I know you're the numbers guy, so the numbers for him, forget it. You know, I had said earlier in the year, my guy Bam Rodriguez.
You're going with Bam, aren't you?
I'm pushing for it so hard, But honestly, I mean, if it comes down to the award, it's got to go to Bivol. You know, he's the bigger guy. He beat the current top pound-for-pound guy. And that's it. And then he followed up with another victory. I know that Bam had 3 wins this year. I know that he beat, you know, Rungvisai, who's an absolute legend and a super tough guy, but he's not Canelo Alvarez. Right. You know, he beat Quadras on 2 weeks' notice, which is crazy. He jumped up 2 weight classes to become the first world champion. That's awesome too. You know, his third fight was less memorable, which
still good fight.
I don't care. He was still a good fight and he was still busy. And then he says, I'm going back down and weight. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's very cool. So he's in my heart, my fighter of the year. But when it comes down to nuts and bolts and on paper, it's got to be Bivol.
65% of the Inside Boxing Live listeners chose Dmitry Bivol. I think we're all on agreement there. 21% Bam Rodriguez. Usyk got some votes. And so did Devin Haney.